everyone. I pray you're all well. As I read this article, I'm thinking, wow, this is it, guys. Now listen to this. Truck overturns in Arizona, spills nitric acid, triggers shelter-in-place alert. An emergency shelter-in-place has been issued for nearby residents after a truck carrying hazardous materials overturned on February 14th on a highway in Tucson, Arizona. Following a crash, a commercial truck tanker overturned on Interstate 10 highway eastbound between Rita and Cobb Roads, according to the Arizona Department of Public Safety. The tanker involved in this collision was hauling nitric acid in liquid form, the Arizona DPS announced on Twitter of the hazmat spill. You see where this is going? Liquid nitric acid is a highly corrosive substance. In vapor or mist form, it can cause burning sensations to the eyes, nose, skin, and lungs. Exposure to high concentrations of this can cause pneumonitis and pulmonary edema, which can be fatal. When nitric acid is exposed to the air or contacts organic matter, it decomposes to create various toxic oxides of nitrogen, which can include nitric acid and nitrogen dioxide. So they put a shelter in place for the alert issued. Arizona Department of Transport announced crash at 3 p.m. local time. By 5:09 p.m., the Arizona DPS said the tanker was leaking hazardous material. Now, this is quite worrying because they have that big smoke cloud that's coming off the train derailment in Ohio going towards New York, and now there's another big smoke cloud that can be fatal. Okay, so they rerouted these motorists. Motorists should continue to avoid the area and seek an alternate route. Well, I guess an emergency alert said that everyone within 1 mile radius of the crash should shelter in place. Coincidentally, wasn't that the same amount of space they gave the one in Ohio? Now we have a bunch of train derailments, never focused on any of them before. Then all of a sudden they start popping up. Oh, here's a derailment in Texas. So now we have this acid. Recent train derailment in Ohio sparks health pollution concerns. The crash and hazmat spill comes after a train that was carrying vinyl chloride derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, February 3rd. Crews burned the chemicals in a controlled release on February 6th, which in fact still went into the air. So local residents have expressed their concern, and I certainly don't blame them, as there's animals such as chickens. There was a fox that died, a dog that died, fish that died, and nobody seems to be caring. Oh, but it's okay. For example, China, a week before this was released to the States, to the people, China already released it in its country, stating that it was the Chernobyl of the United States. Now, this is quite worrying, though, because this is nitric acid. And if, as stated, when nitric acid is exposed to air or contacts organic matter, it decomposes to create various toxic oxides of nitrogen, which can include nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide. So there you have it, everyone. I just felt that I had to tell you this. This has all been seemingly staged. Or is this just another conspiracy theory where everything in the United States seems to be going off all at once? Bill Gates owns CN Rail. He's the biggest stakeholder. And guess who owns the train that derailed in Ohio? Vanguard and BlackRock. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. But know this, our King Jesus has us covered. Know that. I love you all, and may our glorious King Jesus bless you all.